Hey y'all, welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in on our YouTube and Facebook pages. Shout out to our radio partners, Fluent Media Network, Philly Jams 95.3, and Indie 101.5. Tonight's show is powered by Live Long Health, Paris Ice Bar, Copajn Vodka, Fiya Infusions, and Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Be sure to tap in with us every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Oh, honey, and don't forget, the MzMetchi Show comes on every Monday at 11 a.m. It's showtime. Let's get it.
What it do? Your favorite cousin Young Jock checking in. And right now you're tuned into the Blueprint Live with my favorite MzMetchi, all right? Hey, man, you know what it is. Keep doing what you're doing and keep it right here. Chill.
Yo, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I know what you should be doing. I'm the pride of the Eastside DJ MH Tutter, and you need to tune into the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi.
Yo, what's happening? What's happening? Oh, it's your boy $2 Fabo, Bankhead Fabo. Oh, hey man, check this out. I want y'all to tune in right now to the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi, and I want you to tune in every Thursday at 6:30 Central Time. Ah! Oh, Fabo!
Let's go. I'm just gonna jam out real quick. Boy, do I have a show for you. Let's get it. What's up, Swag Curvy? See y'all. You know, I have to kick it off today. I'm in my R&B bag. I'm in my, I need to listen to something. I've been a little crunk all week. Okay. Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. And I am so excited for tonight's show. Look, I told you all the last few weeks that I was going to make it my goal that for the end, going towards the end of the year, to bring you all some of the hottest guests. And baby, the show is on fire tonight. Already. I need you all to know. Now, if you are feeling the song that I opened up to tonight, that was Shaun White with Kisses. It's available everywhere, okay? And of course, it is on the Blueprint Live playlist that is exclusively on Spotify. So make sure that you all go follow that playlist, because everything that you hear here, you can find on that playlist, okay? Shout out to all of my listeners that are tuning in with me tonight on Facebook and YouTube. And for those that will later join us with our radio partners, Fluent Media Network, Philly Jams 95.3, and Indie 101.5, okay? If you are interested in advertising with me, make sure that you reach out. There are a lot of opportunities, including the LinkedIn Live Brunch. Let's go. I have to tell you all, we're going to be talking about this until the actual event. October 11th is going down. It's going down on the Mag Mile. If you are in the Chicagoland area, come and join us. And look, I got a promo code for you all. I'll flash it a few times. Get in where you fit in. Get in where you fit in. But I will leave this up for now for those that want to come on out. Come and network. Come and eat good. Drink good. My partners, we are ready to put on a good show for you all, October 11th. Get your tickets at thebpmediacode.com. And of course, if you're on the go, make sure that you listen to the Blueprint Live. You can tune in on Spotify, iHeart, anywhere where you listen to your favorite shows, you can find us. So make sure that you go ahead and do that. And of course, before we move further, I need you to do something for me. Go ahead, drop a like on our Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok. You all can find us at the BP Media Co. and MzMetchi. Go ahead and get in tune. And of course, where would we be without our amazing sponsors? Shout out to Live Long Health, Copajn Vodka, which I am sipping tonight. I'm sipping Copajn Black tonight. I made a nice little drink. I have my Copajn lemonade. I am ready to go. So, okay, get in tune with Copajn Vodka, a Pretty Curvy Savage, Paris Ice Bar, and Fiya Infusions. After tonight's show, everyone that I mentioned, including my very special guests that I'm going to bring on here shortly, they're going to be hyperlinked, whether it's their YouTube page, their Facebook page. Make sure that, whenever you log off and you finish watching, please go and follow us, especially my special guest tonight, because you're going to need him on your playlist. I need you all to know. Now, tonight for our topic, I want to talk about AI. I need to know, how deep are you all in the AI trenches? So we're gonna talk about it tonight. Okay, you want to stick around. This one's gonna be a good one. we got to delve into it because I've been hearing that y'all using AI a little bit more. Just not in the way that we're supposed to, but we're going to talk about it tonight. So make sure that you all stick around for the conversation. Now, I want to bring you all to my very special guest. Hey, Cynthia, thank you so much for joining us. She said you will definitely have a great time. Sis, and I know you joining us too, so make sure that you are in the room. I want to see you. Okay, I want to see you. But look, it's time for me to go ahead. Let me just get this prepared. Tonight, told y'all, what did I tell you? I was coming with the heat. So I have James Artissen in my background. He's in my background virtual stage right now. And I'm really excited to bring him on because look, James is a 3-time Grammy nominated artist, producer, songwriter, engineer. Oh my goodness, the list goes on. And he is joining us here tonight. Okay, look, y'all, we got some royalty in the building. So I want to go ahead and get it set up. James, if you're ready for me, give me a quick thumbs up. Okay, hold on. I'm just getting one last thing because look, he ready, but I'm like, let me finish getting ready. But I want to bring to you all my special guest for tonight, James Artissen. Hey, James.
What's up?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Look, I'm delighted because we got you on the show tonight. We about to have a good time.
Much love, man. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So look, I was sharing with them all the amazing things that you're doing and that, you tip a lot of hats, James. You tip a lot.
Oh, yeah. We work. That's one thing about it.
Absolutely. So what I like to do with my guests, just for my listeners, is to kind of give them a walk from the early days up until now. So, I know that you got into music relatively young. You were pretty young. You were 16.
Mm-hmm.
So can you just kind of share with me a little bit, and for those that don't know, we got New York in the building. Okay. New York.
Hometown.
James, with you starting so early and being from New York, can you kind of share a little bit about how that inspired your musical journey and just even influenced it?
Yeah. Well, if anybody knows anything about New York is pretty much the home and the mecca of entertainment, the arts, etc. And that's pretty much what it was for me growing up, is just being around the arts and, just being around artistic people was just kind of like, the normal, so to speak. So I always tell people like it was kind of like the inevitable for me to want to get into music and entertainment because it was almost like in my DNA. So that was kind of the beginning, just kind of really being a sponge to a lot of it. I was always like the smart, nerdy kind of kid. I always wanted to learn different things and just be curious about life and be curious about, how things go, and one of those things, of course, was music. And, I just started finding myself being more intrigued of the process of how to actually make music and, being interested in who did what and being interested in, okay, how do they do this and how can, I wouldn't say do it better, but how can I do my own? And that was the start of it.
Yeah, like how can you enhance it and kind of make it your own?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And you know what? So look, you shared with me, just in our getting to know each other before you came on the show, that you had a really powerful moment very early on that really kind of shaped things, and you met a legend. You met Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought that, I was like, oh my goodness. I'm like, he met someone that was that's legendary still, within the industry. And I just wanted to know how that particular experience, how it kind of impacted you and where you are now.
A huge impact, huge inspiration. And for those who don't know what we're talking about, I've had a chance to meet the wonderful Michael Jackson at a very young age, age 11. And, it was just really one of those moments to where like, you're meeting your idol, you're meeting someone that you held up so high in regard and was such a big fan of. And of course, he was one of those people. And it was really just a simple exchange. I got a chance to meet him in New York, Webster Hall, if anybody knows about that place, legendary.
Okay.
And just a real simple exchange. Hey, how you doing? Huge fan, good to meet you. Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you too. You know,
Right.
you guys look so great, da da da. And then he just kind of left the conversation with, giving me the affirmation of you're gonna be great. I don't know you, but you're gonna be great.
That's right.
And those things take you far, especially at that age, and especially me being someone who was an admirer of his profession as well. That always stuck with me. And that was kind of like the first inkling of, I think music is the path I want to take.
That's right. That's right. Oh my goodness. That would have left me shook. Like, okay, I have to make it now. Definitely.
Yeah, it was definitely an experience. I would just say, because sometimes when you're in those moments, you don't really know what to think or what to do. Just kind
Right.
of like you're just in the moment and then you just grasp it. But once you look back on it, after some time has passed, you really kind of appreciate the moment.
Exactly. Well, I'm glad that you had that. Look, it did what it needed to do, right? It definitely hurt you. So, James, I was saying to you that you tip so many different hats as far as within the music industry. So I just want to know on a personal, and you just, feel free to share if you want to, but I want to know, was it hard as far as the learning curve of learning everything as far as with making music, from the production and engineering side, and then even now you do writing and you produce your own music?
Mm-hmm.
Was it a challenge?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's definitely challenging. And it's a process, and it's a learning curve. It's even someone that's naturally gifted in whatever musically that is, it still takes time. It still takes preparation. It still takes perfecting your craft to really, really make sure that you're the best that you could be with it. And that's exactly what I had to go through, just go through the steps of, okay, I know what I want to do. I believe in myself, but I have to take the proper steps to perfect, my craft and perfect exactly what I want to pretty much let the public hear, or let my peers hear, or show them, my gift. And throughout the ladder that you're going up, of course there's ups and downs. Of course there's things that you have to go through. You got to bump your head a couple times to know exactly what you don't need to do and what you do need to do. But all of those things are experiences for you to get better, and those are the experiences that make you who you are, moving forward. And that's exactly what it was for me. But it definitely wasn't easy. A lot of people coming in and out, and trusting people, and bad contracts.
Look, can we talk about it? I think that a lot of the times, especially like if you're in music or in entertainment media, even like myself, people, they may see the really good times, but they don't see the L's that you took in private.
Yeah.
Or just those things that fell through, and you like, man, I thought that this was, I thought I was headed on the right track, and then you find that you have to take a completely different direction.
Yeah. And especially when you're coming into the business young, there's a lot that you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. And sometimes you don't have that guidance. You don't have those people who understand the paths you do need to take. So you're pretty much trial and error. And that was pretty much my case, is trial and error, just kind of figuring things out as I went, understanding what to do, what not to do, getting in the right circles of people, getting the right situations, all those different points. But the more that you go through stuff, the smarter and wiser you get. And that's kind of what shaped me. So once I kind of got a grasp of, okay, this is where things need to head to, it wasn't really a lot that people could get past me at that point. It's just, you got to continue to stay smart and
stay vigilant with everything, right?
Yeah, and especially in the entertainment business, things are always changing. So you have to be open to change. you have to adapt with the change. You have to understand how businesses ran now, because right now business was totally different, a decade ago or decades ago,
Yeah.
so you gotta move with the times.
James, something that you did share with me that I kind of want to talk about it, but just really keeping the focus on you, but I was able to identify with it, was so when you first kind of branched into music, and correct me if I'm wrong, you were a part of a group. And then eventually, of course, you kind of pursued things and went solo. And I connected with that because when I first started in radio, I was actually doing a show with 2 other people, and it wasn't anything crazy as far as why our particular group, we kind of went our separate ways. It was just life started life, right? And I knew that I wanted to continue forward and just, I'm like, I like doing this. I want to continue to keep moving forward with it. So I wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit about when you took that shift and things did go solo for you just as an artist. What was that transition like for you?
So that story is interesting in itself because before I even became an artist or even in the group per se,
Okay.
I didn't really have any plans on being an artist at that time. I was strictly just production, writing, engineering for other mainstream acts.
Okay.
But the artist part wasn't there yet. So literally, I was working with a guy by the name of International Nova, who was my group member. And at the time, he was working on his solo project, and I was producing for him. And he was also an engineer as well. And I would kind of frequent his studio here and there. We would work on stuff at his studio. And one day he just kind of asked me to demo a hook for him for one of his songs. And that's kind of what started the trajectory of me getting on songs, in the sense of I'm demoing hooks for him. He ends up deciding to leave me on one of them, which ends up being the song that me and him decided to do the group situation with. And the name of the song was called Wine for Me. So we tried it out. I'm like, well, I'm not against it. Anything could happen.
Right. Like, we can do
Let's
this.
see what goes.
Right.
And, sure enough, we put out that one single, and that single probably a month later debuted at number 10 on the Billboard charts.
Come on now.
And, that was the first time I was ever on a song as an artist, period. So it was kind of an eye opener for people, because they were like, this is your first time ever, and you have a top 10 Billboard record.
Right.
That's so amazing. That was the first introduction to the world of me being an artist. And a little while passed, we disbanded the group. We kind of did our own solo stuff, and then that's where I became the solo artist in 2018.
Okay. Now, I mean, you know what? This is the thing. Sometimes, like with collaborations, people have to understand that sometimes when they dissipate, it's not always a bad thing. Sometimes we move into different directions, and we creatively go into our own lane. So I love to see it. I love it.
Yeah. And he's a dope artist himself. He's actually switched genres now. So he's actually a Latin artist now.
Stop.
So yeah, it's a pretty cool rebrand.
That's amazing. And I like to see the crossover too. We don't have to be boxed into one thing, one category, we don't have to do that. We can move around. We can move around.
Music has no boundaries. Do what feels good to you.
Absolutely. Now, you've had some with your solo projects. You've definitely had a few that have come out. So look, on the show, and James, you're gonna have to do it. You got to participate. I want to know, like, when you look at your catalog of music, what's your top 3 singles?
Top 3 singles.
And you've been featured. You work with other artists, and you're on their records, and they're on yours too. So feel free to throw those in.
Right. I would probably have to say "Move" featuring Houdini, which was my debut single coming out. So that would definitely be at the top. I would say there is a single I had called "Your Heart." That's one of my favorites.
Okay.
"City Love" with Brian B. Knight Jr. That's one of my favorites.
I was just listening to that.
Yeah, man. So High, myself and Cujo Goody. Um, Top of the World, myself, Big Gip. So
now that's more than 3, James. You about to give us your top 10. But look,
there's a lot of them.
Singles are available everywhere, so y'all make sure that y'all go add it on to your list. Okay, we are promoting tonight. we are. Now, you know what, James? What is it like for you as far as writing for and working with a lot of artists? Like you worked with Meek Mill, 112. I mean, you work with a whole host of people. What's that experience like, kind of getting in the studio with like everyone's favorite artists?
They're all different. They have all different styles and personalities and ways of working. So, sometimes each person can be a whole different experience and vibe, and especially, somebody like me, I do a lot of different genres. So, working with Justin Bieber might be totally different than working with a 112 or a Goody Bob or something like that. But most of the time when I'm working with certain people, either I have a relationship with them, or there's just a respect factor there between us. So they respect what I do, I respect what they do, and we're just coming together to make great music.
Now, one more fave, and then I'm gonna leave you alone because I know these always stump my guests. But as far as with some of the some of the artists that you named and everything, is there like a favorite collaboration or anything that you've done for them that is just like this is the one?
That's always a hard question, because I've worked with so many, but I mean, again, like, Goody Mob is always great to work with. Shout out to my brothers, Gip and Cujo, CeeLo, Bobby Brown, Future, Katy Perry. And man, that's just so many of them.
I know. And I know that's hard.
Peace, Bobby Brown Jr. as well. He was another great one.
Okay. Now I kind of want to move to, because now outside of all of these things, you launched your own record label.
Yes.
So we have to talk about that. When was that move where you're like, what, I've been doing this, I'm about to do it for myself? When did that moment happen?
Well, I initially launched the label last year, 2024. And before that, it was a work in progress. It was really the kind of thing of what type of label do I want to represent? What style of artist do I want to represent? What is the meaning behind the label? And, what is the functionalities of running a label? So just kind of putting the foundation together to, form it. And once we got that, we officially launched last year. And, now we've just been hitting the ground running. We have a roster of artists that we deal with, on the label. And we're just growing. We're building the imprint and the brand. And, we'll see where it takes us.
I definitely think, I've of course been listening to, to music, and even some of the songs that you have with the other artists. And I'm not exactly sure if they're on the record label and everything, but I'm loving the music so far. I feel like it's feel good music, James. It just, it makes you move. It makes you feel good. So I just want to hear from your words when, supporters, whether if it's my people or just new people that are new to your music and your artist music, what do you kind of want them to take away when they listen to anything from your record label?
It's really just about the authenticity. I want people to, when they hear the music, I want them to feel good while they're listening. I want it to mean something to them. I want them to understand the authenticity of what actually went into making the music. It's not, music being slapped together. It's not, content that is negative. When you have an experience while listening to music, it should mean something to you in a good way. And that's exactly what we want the reaction to be.
Absolutely. Oh, That's amazing. I'm excited. I'm ready to hear more music. And then you gonna come to Chicago and perform, right? You coming to
I would
Chicago?
love to. I would love to.
We having you out of Chicago. Look, we gonna make a few
Yeah,
calls. Send a
Chi-town.
few of course. Yeah, and I mean, you know what? Right now, I feel like I can't have you on the show and you do everything with music and we not talk about kind of music today. What are you feeling about the state of like R&B, hip hop at this current state? Because you work in it and then you've seen kind of like the legacy of it.
That's a good question. I think it's two sides. I think that one side of it, it's super creative. And I think that, there's just no boundaries in music anymore. Like, it's just what you feel, you do what you want to do. And there's just no, how should I say, there's really no expectation of what you should or shouldn't be doing. You just do what you want to do. Right.
No bounds.
But on the flip side of it, within having the grace of doing what you want to do, that means that anything can come out, or you can hear just anything, and it could be good or bad, Right. And sometimes you just get the influx of all this music that you're like, I don't know about this. It might not be as good as, what I would like it to be. So, it's always two sides of the coin. But, on the flip side of that, music is subjective too. So what might not sound good to you may sound good to someone else.
Somebody else. Yeah.
So it's like you pick your poison.
Now I know if you're anything like me, if I was an artist, I would just be listening to my music all the time. But it'd be a little vague. But James, when you're not listening to your music or your artist music with the label, who is on your playlist right now? Like who is like the top, artists and people that you're kind of tuning into right now?
Sometimes my playlist can be a mixture of music. Like at one point it might be hip hop and R&B, then it might be pop music, it might be dance music, house music, electronic. It's kind of whatever is in my head or my mood at that time. But as far as artists specifically, I might be listening to The Weeknd, then I might be listening to David Guetta, then I might be listening to Nas, I might be listening to The Clips, then maybe Black, or I might be listening to Chris Brown. It just all depends.
It
so varies. I might be old school and then throw out some Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh no, you can't go wrong with that, James. You can't go wrong with that.
Absolutely.
So, before you leave, I do want you to share, if how can my listeners after tonight, after we log off, how can we support everything that you're doing? How can we support your artists? Put a call to action out to my people tonight because we want to support you.
Thank you so much. Everybody can follow me on social media at James Artissen. Make sure you also follow the label imprint as well, Humble Sound Records, which is all social media at Humble Sound Records. And, just continue to follow us, continue to watch us grow. You'll see all the updates on the pages. Also subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/James Artissen, and also Humble Sound Records. Both pages are on YouTube. And, we always follow back. We always show love to our supporters. So thank you.
Absolutely. And look, when you are in Chicago, you're going to have to come on the talk show. You're going to have to come on the MzMetchi show.
Absolutely.
We would definitely love to have you. And James, just thank you so much for sharing your story. Like it's definitely inspiring. And I hope that if there's anyone that's listening in, whether they want to get into music from the production side or engineering or be an artist themselves, I know that they are inspired tonight by all that you do.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you, James. You gonna come back and see me? No, I don't want this.
I'm coming back. You let me know.
Look, when you have the singles out, when your artists release stuff, like we locked in now. It's a Chi-Town in New York thing. So let's do it.
Let's get it. I'm here.
Absolutely. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Peace.
Bye. I told you all I had an amazing guest for you, okay? I'm going to leave James information scrolling here at the bottom, and then we're going to take a quick break. But I mean, what an inspiring story, right? Oh my goodness. Now, when I come back, we're going to hop into tonight's Hate It and Love It right after this break. Be right back, y'all.
Chicago, get ready for the Link to Lit brunch, the fall edition. On Saturday, October 11th, get ready to step into a space with good food, crafted cocktails, amazing vendors, and where powerful conversations are taking place. This ain't just your average brunch. It's an experience and a chance to connect with other like-minded individuals. So I hope you'll join me. The link is in my bio. Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. All right, y'all, it's time for Hate It and Love It. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and it is time for tonight's Hate It and Love It. And tonight, I'm kicking it off with some serious heat. Let's start with a hated it, okay? This is my hated it. Let me tell you this. You all know, you just saw the commercial for and listened to the commercial for the Link to Lit brunch. It's happening October 11th. So we know that that's a love it. We'll get into that later on, okay? We'll get into it later. But this is the thing. It takes a lot out of me to put all of this together, and I love it. It's a labor of love. I love my business. I love curating events, bringing really, really prominent people together, just doing some really dope stuff. Like, I'm excited about it. My guests are going to be filmed, my vendors, my partners. We're going to have a great time. So it takes a lot out of me, you know. And MzMetchi, y'all know I'm a corporatepreneur. I still work, okay? She's trying to make it in showbiz. Help your girl out, okay? But with all of that being said, I am a very, very busy lady. I live and die by my calendar. I'm a busy girl, and I'm not complaining, okay? So I'll say this. The one thing that irks me is being someone that's busy. I you know, if I'm on my phone, I'm typically on there doing some type of research. I am sending an email, doing something. Now, I do get on TikTok and I play Bejeweled, and they trying to get me back in the streets to feed my Shein puppy, but I'm having a hard time. So the one thing that I don't like, and anyone that knows me, I hate texting. I hate it. That's number one. So that's the number one hated it. I hate texting. But the number one thing that I hate along with that is, please don't text my phone without a purpose. If you text my phone and you are not saying anything, or if I respond to you and you are not saying anything back, please just do me a favor and don't text me in the first place. MzMetchi might have sometimes the attention deficit is there, okay? It's there. So if you are texting my phone, please text with a purpose, please. Hey, Auntie Tracy, I know I didn't even see your comment before we let James go. Sorry about that. Yeah, Auntie Tracy, I can't stand it. I cannot stand that. And I run into it a few times this week where it's just like, you know, texting in a vague fashion. I'm a very get to the point type of person. Get to your point. I don't need you to butter me up. I don't need you to drop things. If you are looking for me to chase a response from you, you'll never get it. I'll never give it to you because I don't care. Come on now. Hey, Faye, what's up, girl? We in the hated it. I'm talking about the foolishness. I'm busy. I am busy majority of the time. Don't text me without a purpose. Call me. If you want to talk to me, call me. But texting me and not having a purpose, or texting me like, oh my goodness, it was like a few people that like they would text like one word or just something. And I'm like this, what is it? get to the point. I'm a very get to the point type of person. So that is my hated it. My hated it is people that text without a purpose. If you need to have a conversation, if you're going through something, you need some support, MzMetchi is here for you. But if you begin a text message conversation with me and then you stop after I've replied, I've engaged with you, despite of the fact that I am busy as heck, quickest way to irritate me, and then it's the quickest way that you have lost priority access of me being able to get back to you or to talk to you in a timely manner. Because this is the thing, if you text my phone, if I am available and I'm around my phone, I will answer. But if you are texting me without a purpose, don't bother. Okay, please and thank you. Auntie Tracy said, or ones you text and they don't respond in a timely manner. Girl, this is the thing. Again, for me, I'm texting with a purpose, Auntie. I'm texting with a purpose. So, hey, I understand other people are busy just like how I am. I get it. So I don't get too mad if they don't respond in a timely manner. But if you initiate a conversation with me and then I actually, within a timely manner, get back to you, don't leave the conversation hanging, because that's the quickest way where I won't talk to you no more. It really gets like that with me. I don't like being on the phone like that anyway, because half the time people not talking about nothing, or they on the phone and they asking me for something. I definitely don't want to be on the phone for neither one of those. Don't ask me for nothing. I don't have it. I don't want it. I don't want to do it. I'm not engaging. Okay? Like, I can't do it. I just can't. So that's the hated it for this week. Please, if you are one of those people, honey, and even I don't care, even if you tuning in and if you feel away, please watch how you text me. Because I promise you, I'm not going to text you unless it has a purpose. I'm not just going to be on your phone reaching out to you and not have a reason as to why I'm reaching out to you. Please be real. Moving along. Last Sunday, this is the love it. I just had to get that off my chest because, honey, I ain't got time. I'm like, oh, the dings on my phone, it ticks me off. And then if you're not talking about anything, please get off my phone. Ugh. Let me sip my Copajn. I mixed it with a little. This is the Copajn lemonade stirred together. It don't look as cute as whenever D makes it. Shout out to Copajn, that's our sponsor. Moving along, but the Clink Fest. I went to the Clink Fest last Sunday. Shout out to Krishan Lampley and Joyce Dawkins. These two amazing Black women from the Chicagoland area. They came together to bring over 50 different tastemakers and food partners and different vendors to be a part of this amazing event. And you all, let me tell you this, it was stunning. One of the most beautiful events that I had gone to, a daytime party. Well, as soon as you got on the inside, you was leaving out toe up. How many people like to go up in the party and get a little turned? I had an amazing time at Clink Fest. Shout out to D from Copajn Vodka. Shout out to Noelle from NG Distillery, and also Portia, who helped to from Potions by P, that helped to kind of facilitate that as far as me being able to go and do content there. I appreciate them for doing everything that needed to be done, to help me get there and to be able to, kind of show you all the amazing things that were going on and just the different activations that they had. When I think about the LinkedIn Lit Brunch, and the things that I'm trying to do and how I want to scale this event up to really be something big, to be something, the LinkedIn Lit Expo, I really wanted to grow to new levels. It's women like Krishan and Joyce that, they serve as an inspiration for me, and I hope that one day that, when I'm having my events, that they are able to join us. These two women are dynamic. I loved seeing them come together, seeing both of their brands represented. A lot of the times collaborations, they can work or not work, right? And on the last Sunday, the love it for me was seeing it work, was to really, really seeing Black girl magic in action. Both of those women, absolutely amazing, and job well done. It was an outstanding event. So much to the point that they dropped a pre-sale on the tickets, y'all. And I got mine already. I got my ticket for 2026. I don't even know the date, but I got my ticket. How were the drinks? Good. Great. Faye, the drinks were great at Clink Fest. It was amazing. I'll definitely be back. I won't miss a Clink Fest. Like I would have to be out of the country. I would have to be doing something that's like at the level of lit that the Clink Fest was. And I met so many dope people there. It was really, really, really nice. So yeah, Clink Fest, that is the love it this week. I had an amazing time. I came back and went straight to bed. You ever went to a day party and had so much fun, you had to go to sleep afterwards? That was me. I had to, MzMetchi had to go to sleep because she was tired. She had been drinking since she touched down because every table had a drink. Every single table had a drink. Every single table. So that was that. Now, moving along. So yesterday, I ended up having a day off and I was able to go to a meet and greet with Taraji P. Henson for a line of wines that she has with Seven Daughters Wine. And it was nice. It was nice. So that's the love it. The love it is always being able to, I'm thankful to be able to show up in this season. I'm thankful to, have the wherewithal to have access to go into different rooms. Now, I do want to share the hated it. And again, this is not a hated it to Taraji or to her team, okay? But this one specifically is for the venue that hosted them. You all were a little bit unclear about everything. Now, just to give you all some reference, you did have to, in order to get admission, you had to purchase 6 bottles, at least at the location that we went to yesterday. They were requiring for 6 bottles to be purchased in order for you to be able to have admission to go. Okay. Not a problem. Not a problem. It's not a problem, right? But it was just a little bit disorganized. And again, this wasn't on her and her team. You could tell it was for the host. Okay. We have to remember to be good host. There was a lot of confusion. We were outside for a long time. It was a lot. It was a lot. She said she saw the pic. Yes, it was great. I really enjoyed it. I really did. And it was nice to meet her. So let me tell y'all this. Y'all know that MzMetchi does not mind shooting her shot. So my love it, that's a part of this. Because the hated it definitely was, just how they were kind of like treating the patrons. Like, I'm like, hey, we are up in here supporting. Y'all need to be a little bit better now. Let's do a little bit better. Immediately. But the love it was that I was able to, I told Taraji, I said, hey, I'm going to be doing samplings of your wine at my brunch that I'm doing next month. So please be on the lookout for me. The BP Media Co., MzMetchi with a Z. I'm going to be shooting some content. And I would love for you guys to feature that. The love it is to always have your pitch together. You don't know who you're going to meet, who you're talking to at any given point in time. Always be on go. Clock it. Clock it. Now, my last thing, and I'll close it out as I hated it, but I want to leave it with a little spin for you all. I was, hey bestie, hey baby. I didn't get a chance to call you, girl. I got swamped today. Oh my gosh. I was so swamped today. I'm like, y'all can't be with this. I can't do this no more. But I was this week just kind of having, conversations with my friends and my loved ones. And the conversation, there was just a theme of overthinking and how it has its negative effects on you. And I just, so my hated it is that when we overthink, we become overwhelmed, we become flustered, we can't really get it together. That's the hated it, right? But I want to end it on a positive note as far as with that. Because, and even leaving with that point, that I'm learning that as I'm starting to take my time, be a little bit more calmer, have a calmer approach, a calmer outlook on things, that the overthinking is just not needed. And I promise you that if you do away with it, you will feel so much better. We ain't got to do all of that. It's no need to worry. I need y'all to Hakuna Matata. Do something. It's okay. Overthinking is bad. And the things that we can do to turn it around is just kind of putting those things in place to self-soothe and to bring ourselves back to a place. Because I know me, I was a little bit overwhelmed and was overthinking even before I logged on here. I'm like, and then I had to take a moment, like, you know what? It's not any need for that. Yes, and yes, I'm MzMetchi with a Z. Period. Period. So I just want to leave you all with that. I am going to take a really quick break, and when we come back, we're hopping into tonight's What Would You Do? Very interesting. We'll be right back.
Chicago, get ready for the Link the Lit brunch, the fall edition. On Saturday, October 11th, get ready to step into a space with good food, crafted cocktails, amazing vendors, and where powerful conversations are taking place. This ain't just your average brunch. It's an experience and a chance to connect with other like-minded individuals. So I hope you'll join me. The link is in my bio.
Are you in need of a mobile bartender for your next event? Contact Paris Ice Bar today. From crafted cocktails, tapas and hookah, Paris Ice Bar has you covered. Visit ibringhappyhour.com or call 407-707-8202.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, watch me. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Them old mistakes are gone, I won't do them no more. That's old news, that's news, I done did that before. I turn nothing to something, my comeback on 100. Let's talk it, more action, you just gon' see come.
Let's get into today's What Would You Do? Where we're talking about real situations with real people and offering real solutions.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. What y'all talking about over here? She said, sure, can't overwhelm you. She said, it can overwhelm you. Absolutely. Yeah, no, we're not getting overwhelmed no more. We're not even going to do that anymore. Okay, now look, I told you I was going to flash a little code for you. Get your tickets. I'm only leaving it up for a little while. Get y'all tickets, because this is what I don't want for the Link the Lit brunch. Please don't be hitting me up the week of talking about, can you get tickets? The answer is no. No. And no free tickets. Pay for your ticket. Okay? Y'all go everywhere else. Pay for your ticket. Now, tonight, what would you do? This gentleman's in a little bit of a dilemma, but not really, though. When I read this one to you, ladies, y'all gonna already know what to say, but let me just go ahead and get into it for tonight's purposes. Tonight, what would you do? How do I get a woman's attention who has everything? Her own money, house, vehicles, but she's single. She's a 6-figure woman down to earth, 37 with no kids. And on the surface, she looks like she has it all. But I've never seen her with a man. We chat a few times, and that's about it. We've been out on a couple times, but I can't read her at all. Is she the type of woman to stay away from, or what? I can't put my fingers on it. I think she's the one for me, but I haven't said anything to her. How do I pull her? What would you do? Baby, we could probably wrap this up in 2 minutes. Leave her alone. I'm just joking. Oh, come on, Faye. We want to see you. I definitely want to see you. I haven't seen Faye in ages. Okay. Shout out to like Dollar Days. I haven't seen you in so long. So come on out. Use the code LITFAM. Use it. Use it. Okay. I want to see you. So tonight, what would you do? This gentleman is, she's 37, no kids, 6-figure earner. She's got her life together. Now, on the outside, kind of looking at this situation, it seems like that maybe she might not be into him. She may not be into him. What y'all think? I mean, let me tell you this, because I sit here as a 37-year-old woman, and although I am married now, I will say this, with the life that I lead, the lifestyle that I have, if I were by myself, I would be content, right? Like, it's like life would be okay. Life is fulfilling. There are women that don't need anyone. They don't need you. Okay. They don't need you. You're a want. You're not a need. Okay. I have somebody and I'm just like this. I'm like, I don't need. I'm like, I am very grateful that I have, but we don't need. Okay. And especially if she's established and she's got her life together, she doesn't have time for foolishness. And typically someone like that, you're going to want to make sure that you are stepping to her correctly anyway, because she already has it together. You're not needed, my love. Faye says she ain't interested. I'll be inclined to agree. Auntie Tracy said it's the little things, not so much as the big things. Yeah. So I'm glad that she said that, Auntie Tracy, because that's actually the direction that I was going. Because you know what? We're not here to judge. We listen and we don't judge. Okay? We listen and we do not judge. So yeah, for tonight, I feel like that for this one, I do want to just give some solid advice. So realistically, if you are trying to pull this particular lady, you do want to be mindful that she already has her life in order. Okay. She's not looking for you to open up your wallet or do anything as far as that's concerned. She already has it together. So like Auntie Tracy said, it is going to be the little things that you can do that are going to make an impact. Whether if it's, taking her lunch, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I know you've had a long day working at your 6-figure job. Let me take you to dinner tonight. Or, if you all have been out a couple times and she's comfortable, let me cook you something. Rub her feet. Okay. Make sure that her blanket is warm. Warm her towels when she's in the shower, right? You got to give her some things that money can't buy. Okay, because she already has it together. You're not needed as far as that's concerned. You're not, she's not looking for a come up or looking, to be on any gold digging type of situation, right? So you want to start with those small things. I feel like that's what's going to make the impact in terms of with someone like her, especially if you don't feel like that she's giving you any go. Now, I will say this, being someone that's her age, be direct. Right? Have a purpose. I was talking about earlier in tonight's Hate It and Love It. Like, don't text or call or do things without a purpose. Have a purpose. Have things planned out. Give her an experience that she's probably not used to. A woman like that's established, no kids, not, she's not with anyone. She's used to moving and doing things solely everything on her own, right? Keep that in mind. So when you think about how you can impress her or how you can get her to notice you, be direct, plan things, take things off of her plate, do the things that money cannot buy. And most of all, you got to step. Like, you can't move like, oh, she's out of my league. I mean, sounds like she might be out of your league if you're kind of doubting yourself. I'm just saying. No shade, no tea. But it's giving you might have a little bit of insecurity because you aren't needed. What's up with that? Guys, if you guys happen to be tuning in, if I have any men that are on, what's up with that? Like, do you all need to be needed? What's so intimidating about approaching someone that does not need you? Why do you need to be needed? If I were a guy, I would much rather want to be desired. I wouldn't want you counting on me for your every beck and call and to you sending me stuff asking for nail money and stuff like that. Baby, we do not care. My love, I'm not funding that for you, my love. You got to be my woman first. I'm not just doing that. Because do y'all know that the girlies are asking for shopping money? They want the guys to fund the outfit, the hair, nails, the pedicures, for them to just go out for the first time. They don't want coffee dates or the Cheesecake Factory. You have to take them to Ruth Chris and Up and Beyond. Be for real. Come with something that money can't buy, sir. That's the biggest thing that I would say. And you said that you haven't said anything. Say something. Because let me tell you this. Someone that's her age, that's been by herself for that long, she's not pursuing anything. But that's not to say that she wouldn't be welcome into anything that came to her. Let's be clear. Because see, when you get to that age, because I tell you what, if I was single, I wouldn't be out here purposely seeking out anybody either. People automatically feel like that when you're getting closer to 40, that you become desperate. And they feel that, you know, you're going to chase after everything and do all of this other stuff. But someone that's content by themselves, they're not going to chase you. So you have to make your interest known. That's what I would do for tonight's What Would You Do personally. Let me jump into these comments and see what I see. Faye and Auntie, they are over here talking. So Auntie Tracy, she said, bingo. Let's see. And don't be needy. Yeah. Like you can't be the one. You can't expect her, if she's doing all of this other stuff, to be your traditional housewife. Why? When she doesn't need you, right? Manage your expectations. Okay. Faye added, of course they need to be needed and desired, but they don't know how to communicate vulnerability. Is that it, Faye? Have you cracked the code? Because it just certainly seems like that is something. What? You know, I would probably be relieved. Like, I'm just like, oh, you want me here. You want me around you. You want me in your space. Versus, I need to be here. You can't live without me. Like, that's kind of weird to me. I don't know. It's so weird. She said, that's why they sitting at home. So he said, how do I pull her? First thing is make your intentions known. Okay. You want to make your intentions known. You can let her know straight up, like, hey, I'm interested in you. I'm not exactly sure if you have an interest towards me, but if so, I'd like to learn, you know, a little bit more about you to see if there's some compatibility there. There's nothing wrong with saying that and being direct, because one or two things is going to happen with someone like her that's by herself and she seems very content. She's either going to let you know that she's not interested. She's going to let you know that she is interested, and she'll lay out some of the things that it requires to be somebody that's in her life. It's going to be up to you to be able to decide, can you rise to the occasion or not? But you first have to let your intentions be known. Let it be known. It's okay. Okay. So that's the first thing that I would do. And let's say, Faye said, I've never been desperate. We'll let me take that back. In my 20s, young and horny. Yeah. Like, I just feel like it was never like, oh, I need you to come and like take care of me and like make sure that I'm good and give me all of this stuff. It was just more so like, I like you and I want you. I need that. I gotta have that. Faye, I felt that on more than one level. So yeah, make your intentions known, sir. After out on a date, you said y'all been out a couple times, but it's just like, hey, I'm talking to you and I am asking you out because I'm interested in getting to know you beyond a platonic level. There's nothing wrong with saying it. Get it together now. That's what I think as far as where I want to leave this particular What Would You Do? But I'm interested to know, I mean, if he wants to pull her, what do you all think that he should do? It doesn't seem that hard to me. But already how he's kind of playing, she would eat him alive. Because, baby, you can't even tell me that you like me. What are we doing here? What are we doing? That was tonight's What Would You Do? Of course, I have to go ahead and take a quick break. But when I come back, we're going to be hopping into tonight's What's Happening, What's Up. Before going into our topic for tonight, with AI, does it assist or overstep? We're coming up. That's going to be coming up later on in the hour. So you all make sure that you stick around with me, and I will be right back right after this break.
Chicago, get ready for the Link to Lit brunch, the fall edition. On Saturday, October 11th, get ready to step into a space with good food, crafted cocktails, amazing vendors, and where powerful conversations are taking place. This ain't just your average brunch. It's an experience and a chance to connect with other like-minded individuals. So I hope you'll join me. The link is in my bio. Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
Learn more about MzMetchi today. She's an entrepreneur, host of the Blueprint Live, media personality, professional brand ambassador, brand talent manager, commercial real estate professional, event host, beauty and fashion influencer, marketing and promotions professional. Learn more about MzMetchi by visiting MzMetchi.com for more information.
Time to get into what's happening and what's up in these streets. Let's get it.
Let's get it. It's time for what's happening, what's up. Whew. Now look, I tell you what, it's a lot going on, but something that I forgot to tell you all, and I tell y'all every week, and I can't believe y'all let me get this far without telling y'all. Drop those businesses. Make sure that you drop your business in the comments. I'll flash it, give you a quick shout out on the screen. But remember, someone needs what it is that you have to offer. So that's really what's happening and what's up. We want to know, how can we support you? If you have an event, a book, a song, whatever it is, we're here to promote you. Remember, I'm not here for me. I'm here for you. So make sure that you drop those businesses in the comments. Moving along to tonight's what's happening, what's up. So look. About half of Americans are saying that the cost of groceries is a major source of stress. I'm a part of that half of America, okay? We are experiencing the largest inflation currently, and the circumstances are not easing up, okay? Specifically with beef and coffee, they have hit record highs within this quarter alone, okay? Groceries is high as hell, y'all. Can we talk about it? There is only myself and my husband in my home, okay? We are the only two people here, Jesus. But my grocery bill says that I am feeding 5 guys. Can somebody, I know somebody hear me on this. And I want to test out something. Look, I got a sound for y'all as far as how I feel about the cost of groceries. 100%. They ticking me off. It costs so much. And then for one, let me tell y'all something else. And this might qualify as a hate it and love it. But ever since, I'm gonna speak on something. And this for my Black folks. Sorry, everybody else. But ever since the others started eating oxtails, the cost for a pack of them, you might as well just go to the restaurant and let them cook it for you. I'm tired. The cost of everything is going up. I get my little teas from my ladies, from my lady, and it was $20 when I ordered it. Now it's over 30, almost 40 something dollars. I'm like, God dog it. What are we doing here? This is too much. Come on now. Yes. Come on now. I know y'all feel me on this. Let's see, if they say I blame it on the orange one. Prices are insane. Yeah, you would think that I was feeding 5 guys in my home and then include myself, so it's 6 of us. It's only us 2. And then and check this out. As I've been on my journey of changing my lifestyle as far as with eating and all that other stuff, and I don't even want to lie to y'all. I got my little cup of cheese that I had some chips and cheese earlier. I'm like, I need a potato chip like. My goodness, my grass needed water a few weeks this summer. Okay, I needed that. I had to have that. Okay, but the cost of everything, it goes up. Just trying to buy food for maybe 7 to 10 days, it's a minimum of $250 to $300. I miss the days when people used to sell their link. Where the link sellers at? Can I get some? We going to the store together. We want to, because I don't play that. I'm giving you the money and then I'll take your car and it ain't no money on it. Because then I got to come back and then we got to have some fisticuffs, a fight, or what have you. But the cost of groceries are rising. Faye said even the sales prices aren't sales. No, Faye, they're market price. marked down to the price that they should be. Come on now. And as Tracy said, what? You better let it cook for you. Yeah, you know what? This is the thing, girl. I be using my slow cooker. I cook. She said, let me cook for you. Oh, girl, now look, this is the thing. We could get some things arranged. We could make some arrangements now. Now, if you are from the Chicagoland area, we are seeing an influx of tap and pay scams. There was a gentleman that recently just won a dispute with his bank. What he did was that there was a group of men that walked up on him, asked him to give donations for someone that had passed within the community. He said that he would give them $15, but they did a tap. Well, when he walked away, he recognized that they stole $3,000. This happened in Hyde Park, Illinois. And then more recently in Westtown, there was a college graduate that lost a total of $4,000 in a scam that was similar. Okay. So they are, putting out the call and letting everyone know not to participate in this. And I mean, naturally, of course, right? Like, why would you? But to not, if someone is coming up to you and they're trying to do the tap, they are scamming. Okay. And the sad part about it is the guy that lost the $3,000 had WGN not reached out to his bank for comment, they were not going to give that money back. They gave it back before the story aired. Okay. So watch your banking institution. Remember, they're there to protect the funds. And although they are our funds, that's FDIC, my love. Okay. They don't care. So please, if someone is coming up to you and it's a tap type of thing, even when you go to different events and all that other stuff, make sure that you vet it. I can't say that everyone that's coming to the Link to Live brunch or whatever the case is, I would go and fight them and look for them myself. I give you their information. If you come in there and you tap anything and somebody has stolen from you, that's a problem. We don't do business like that. So we want to make sure that we are vetting things and doing the things that we need to do and staying away from people that are scamming like this. These scammers, the one thing that they are going to do is continue to be cunning, sly, sneaky, all of these things or what have you. So we want to make sure that we're staying vigilant and not allowing ourselves to be susceptible to scams that could hurt us. Because I tell you what, losing $3,000 for me, that would be a problem. 100%. 100%. Faye said, OMG, and thanks for the info. Hey, of course. $3,000, that's not no small thing. 300 ain't, so it's 30. 30. What a 30 at? Now, you all know, as Faye just politely called our sitting president, the orange one, the Trump administration, they've put a big spotlight on Tylenol this week. Have you all been hearing about it? Hearing about the links that they've been making to autism when taken by pregnant women. Now, this is still something that I like to do a little bit of research on my own, right? This is certainly something I'd like to do, but I mean, you know what? They say so many things that are just kind of cockamamie that even if they, were telling the truth and all that other stuff, you just don't know. But yeah, there's been a lot of spotlight on Tylenol this week based off of comments and things of that sort. It's a little unfortunate. It's a little bit unfortunate, but moving along, we have some congrats that are in order. Shout out to Rihanna and A$AP Rocky, okay? They just welcomed their third child together this week. So, it's really exciting. With Rihanna, honey, let me tell you this. A lot of my memories, from probably college on through adulthood, through when Rihanna, she stopped making music. She has created the soundtrack of our life. And of course, A$AP, he's a big artist too. But with Rihanna, I'm speaking about my girl, Rihanna. It's just been really, really awesome to see everything that she's blossomed into. And I felt like that when she was out and when she was first in the beginning stages of doing music, it felt like that not that I couldn't see, where she would go as far as within her career, but I never would have known that she would, none of us would have known that she would dominate the way that she is. I mean, still, her music gets played. She is a dynamic businesswoman. And to see her and how she embraces motherhood, she's just such a beautiful, beautiful, spirit. It feels like she's got so much going for herself. So congratulations to her and A$AP Rocky on welcoming their third little one. Beautiful. So proud of her. What an entrepreneur. Absolutely. And Kim said all those R's. Baby, she got a lot of R's. It's a lot of R's over there. But yeah, definitely so proud of her, and it's really nice to see her evolution. Now, another thing that came up. So do you all know K Michelle, of course. We love us some K Michelle. Now, do you all remember when she did marriage boot camp with her boyfriend at the time, Dr. Sims? Well, she let everybody know this week that, honey, they are officially married. So yes, give it up for our girl. We love it. So shout out to K Michelle. She definitely, was just talking about her love and let me tell you this, it is some miserable people in the world, because even in her sharing her happiness and joining forces with someone that she has been with for years. If you all remember when they premiered on the show, I can't remember the exact year, but it's been a while that they've been in each other's lives. And what people have to understand is that sometimes people could be together and it could be the right people and the wrong time. So just because they hadn't chosen each other at that time when they were first dating and they showcased their relationship, certainly does not mean that they can't change the dynamic of that and create a new ending. And their new ending is together. So for all the people that was just hating and saying all those negative things, and they like, there was just some miserable people in the comments when I was reading the story on Shade Room, and they're like, she went back to she went backwards and all this other stuff. Right people, wrong time. Sometimes people may not be ready for what you're ready for when you're ready, but if life circles you back to each other, you have to just let things flow naturally. So I am glad that K Michelle, that she was able to figure out who the love of her life was, and that they were able to journey on their own cycles of whatever that they needed to do, and they found their way back to each other. So that's what's happening and what's up. I love it. Kim said, I love a great thing. 100%. Me too. Especially when it comes to the names and everything. I'm just like, I love it. And Faye said, congrats, Kay. Yeah, no, we're happy for her. Now, something else that I want to put a spotlight on. And let's just go ahead. I feel like right now, let's just give a boo to the city of Chicago. Not loving it. Let me tell you this. And this one really hits for me because, I have a parent that's disabled, and it would tick me off, and I would be in the city's ASS if my dad was one of these people. Okay. But recently the AB7I team, they are uncovering more complaints from people with disabilities on their application denials for decals. And also for them to be able to have designated spots in front of their home. Okay, that they own. Let's be clear. These are homes that they are paying taxes for to the city of Chicago, and they cannot even get a spot that is designated for them so that they don't have to park down the street and around the corner and 2 blocks over there on Pookie and them block to get to their home, because the city is, they're taking their time and they're dragging their behinds to get them the approvals that they need, or they're denying them that access when they actually have a disability that's documented. Shame on you. Okay. We spend enough money. We send enough money to everywhere. We're taking care of people that are coming in. Hey, if Illinois is going to be a safe haven, then that's cool. But take care of your people. I'm not one of those where it's just like, oh no, we're not going to do nothing. We're not going to take care of nobody or whatever the case is. No, I'm not doing that. But what I'm saying is that we need to take care of our residents first. We cannot be providing safe havens and everything for everyone else and not even taking care of the disabled population within our city. They pay taxes to you as residents, right? They are paying taxes to you. And understand this, for my listeners that are not in the Chicagoland area, Let's be clear. I just want to make some things clear to you. They have some of the highest taxes. Okay, the houses be smack dab on top of each other, and they're paying these high ass taxes, these high water bills, all of this other stuff. Talk to a Chicago resident for yourself. I don't live in Chicago. I only work there. But I tell you what, I see the difference as far as the cost to do everything in Chicago versus living in the South suburban area or living in the North suburbs or living all the way 4 hours away down south in the Carbondale area, Cairo, all of these other places. But you mean to tell me that as a Chicago resident, someone that's disabled, they can't get a parking spot in front of the house that they pay taxes to you for? The highest taxes ever. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So let's continue to keep shining a light on that, because I tell you what, even if you are listening to my show and you like, I don't care, I can't identify with this, I'm not handicapped, everybody in my family is we healthy. Let's go ahead and let's kind of walk you through it real quick. It can happen to anybody. You could be fine today, and then a week from now, your life could change. It could be your family member, your grandmother, somebody like that, where they need to be able to get into their home safely without falling, without hurting themselves in some type of way. City of Chicago has to do better immediately. What's up, Latifah? Thank you so much for tuning in with me. Girl, I'm just on a little rant tonight because it ticked me off. It ticked me off. Okay. And yes, babe, Chicago did, girl. Yes, they did. Cam said Chicago just can't get right. But they make so many different strides. Like, understand this. I am a proud person to be from Illinois despite its troubles, because we do have a lot of liberties that say somebody from Alabama or Mississippi or someplace else, they don't have the same liberties that we do. So please don't think that I don't sit here as somebody from Illinois and not be grateful for the fact that I know they could be worse. Okay. But when it comes down to the fundamental of things, I'm seeing, I drive through from where I lived all the way through the city. I see how they tear the city up. The money that they have to pay. I see the contracts that come through the city. I know but I've seen it. Okay. Take my word for it. The money and the resources are there to make sure that people get these decals. So y'all continue. I'm going to share the story. I want you all to continue to get the word out. Faith said, preach, take care of us first. Absolutely. Latifah, we the people need to stand together and speak up. I think that we do. And we have to continue to keep shining the light on it. And when there are injustices to this degree, because think about it. If it's you or if it's your family member that they're disabled, they're going to have a hard time going to the office to go and see someone or to do those things. So we have to think outside of ourselves and advocate for those that may not be in the best position to advocate for themselves. And I didn't even think that I was going to take it there with this, but it ticked me off because I thought about my own, like I said, I thought about my own parent. I know what the struggle is. Like my dad, if you all have seen him, and he posts pictures, so he knows that I'm not sharing anything that's not public knowledge, but my dad is on a cane. My dad has a scooter that when he has to go long distances. So when I think about people like him, that if my dad was a Chicago resident and he was trying to get a spot in front of his home so that he could park and be able to get to inside of his house without falling or hurting himself, it ticked me off for all of those families that have been denied, their applications have been denied, or they've just been flat out ignored. It pisses me off, and it should piss you off too. Okay? Clock that T. Faith said, preach, MzMetchi. Girl, I had to get it off my chest. Do you understand? Where are all my Amazon primers? Oh, let's take a sip on this. You all might find this interesting. So, the FTC, they're looking to examine whether if Amazon tricked customers into signing up for their Prime program, while all the while making it difficult for people to cancel. Let me tell you this. Now, I like to read and I do all that other stuff, so I don't have any problems with my Amazon Prime. But if we're going to get a little settlement, I am a Prime member, so I'm just like, did y'all trick me? I don't know. But will I go and sign up for the thing? Yeah. I mean, why not? Like if I was tricked, I was tricked. It is what it is, right? But I'll tell you this. Amazon been good to me. So this was one of the ones that when I saw it come up and I was doing more research on it, I said, well, man, not Amazon. We love Amazon. Like what's going on? Latifah, she said, looking beautiful each and every episode, loving the different styles of looks, boo. Thank you, boo. Thank you. I be trying to switch it up. Y'all, when I went to the Clean Fest, I had put my unit on because my curls was not curling that day. Like the curls had been popping, but they was not popping that day. Latifah says, girl, when I got up in that car, I was like, I got to take this thing off. My hair just want to be free now. So I'm letting it be free and do whatever it wants to do. But thank you, sis. Thank you. Cousin Sister cousin. We got Deja in the building. Warner's Tax and Accounting Services is one of the partners for the LinkedIn Live Brunch. So y'all make sure y'all get into it with my sis. Sis, drop when the next workshop is. Because I don't know if we missed it for this week, but y'all, my sis is doing some workshops. If you are a business owner, if you're looking to tighten up when it comes to those finances and taxes, please get into it with my sis, like for real. Since drop the page, I'm gonna put it up on the screen, but drop that for me. But getting back to this Amazon thing, when I saw this story, I said, I tell you what, Ticketmaster is the one that they should be going after. Let me calm down, because let me tell y'all how Ticketmaster ticks me off every time it's an event. Why are you charging me almost 1/3 to 2/3 of the price for a ticket? Honey, look. Okay, so Deja's next workshop is going to be October 17th. Okay, this is 6 days after LinkedIn Lit. So for those that are coming, you all get to meet her in person. You know what I'm saying? Come and meet my sister. Come and meet my cousin, my sister cousin. Okay, and for real, get in tune with her, because look, we're trying to help and we want to start off the year in a better place than what we started off 2025. Even if you started off great, don't you want to get better? Come on now. I appreciate you too, sis, and always for your support for everything. I appreciate you, Deja. Real talk. Thank you. And Kim said, heavy on Ticketmaster is the issue. Ticketmaster is the prime issue. Ticketmaster is the prime issue, because no way if I log on should my fees be more than my ticket. Do y'all know I've had that happen to me before, where my fees were the same price as the actual ticket? Come on now. So I need the FCC to go after them. That is all that I have for you all for tonight's What's Happening, What's Up. We have to go there real quick. Now, when I come back, we're going to be talking about AI. Does it assist or overstep? This comes from a conversation that was inspired yesterday. And Kim, you are on this live right now, so I know that she is somewhere smiling and cracking up, because we went on a really, really deep dive yesterday. And I said, you know what? While I won't be bringing some of the details of that conversation into tonight's conversation, we did need to have. I did want to talk about it. So when we come back, that's going to be our topic for the night. You all make sure that you stick around. Be right back.
Chicago, get ready for the LinkedIn Lit Brunch, the fall edition. On Saturday, October 11th, get ready to step into a space with good food, crafted cocktails, amazing vendors, and where powerful conversations are taking place. This ain't just your average brunch. It's an experience and a chance to connect with other like-minded individuals. So I hope you'll join me. The link is in my bio. Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you could treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types. And baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
Are you in need of a mobile bartender for your next event? Contact Paris Ice Bar today. From crafted cocktails, tapas and hookah, Paris Ice Bar has you covered. Visit ibringhappyhour.com or call 407-707-8202.
Now it's time for the Blueprint Live's topic of the day. Let's get into it.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. Tonight's topic with AI, is it assisting or overstepping? Now, look. When you think ChatGPT or Copilot and things of that sort. You know, some people embrace it, people like myself, and then some people, they seem to be a little bit skeptical of it, maybe even scared of it or what have you, right? You know, they're just like, what are we doing here? And I really want to touch on this topic in light of a conversation with Kim G yesterday. It was yesterday afternoon. Yeah, yesterday afternoon. And we were just talking about how it has really simplified a lot of things, and just, you know, now her and I, we had a more intricate conversation. Of course, that's between us, between the girls, but just about the intricacies of how it has helped us, you know, on a day-to-day basis. And, you know, it's becoming more and more a part of whether if it's the everyday at work or if it's within business or just, you know, handling things personally. We were really talking about AI and just that in general. So some people are using it to make their life easier. And then, of course, you have the people who are just like, I'm not embracing that. I'm not getting into it. So tonight, I really wanted to kind of unpack both sides. So I know for me, you know, I would like to know from you all, as far as when you think about AI, like, how often are you all using it? Because I know for me, I will say this. It really, when I first started to utilize it, funny thing, and I'll share this, I actually utilized it in the workplace. Yeah, I have to do a lot of memos. I have to do a lot of reaching out to people. I am, I do operations. So there's a lot of like back and forth. I have to make sure that I include a lot of logistics. And sometimes, you know, it was easy for me to kind of load that information that I needed, you know, kind of come up with the template for things, and then more so personalize it so that it has my voice, right? And even then, when I first started using it, I didn't know the depth of what I could do or what I could build from it, right? But I was one of those people that was super skeptical. Like, let me tell you, my husband, and if he is actually listening, he knows that he had been telling me about it. Maybe I'm gonna say about 3 to 4 months before I really jumped in and started using it, you know. He's like, you need to download this on your phone. And I had even done it and paid for a subscription. Because for me, I like to have the premium version of stuff. I'm sorry, y'all. It's me. I'm funny acting like that. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pay for this. But I did not even understand the depth of what I could do and what I would be able to utilize it for, right? I didn't know. But despite of that, you know, that skepticism, some people think that, you know, people are too dependent on the AI. You know, they think that, oh, it's replacing everything. But you know what I usually say to those people? It's only going to give you back whatever you put into it. You got to put something good in order to get something back. If you put in hoopla, you're going to get hoopla right back. Okay. But moving along, I did want to talk about like just some of the benefits. Because like, I know for me, I have kind of my list of benefits. Like for me, it has helped me as far as with kind of tackling things that are a little bit repetitive. Because how many of you all have to do something that, I can't say that it's mundane or it's something that's constant, but you're like, I'm looking for a fresh way to switch this up. How can I do this? You know? So it wasn't until I actually started to kind of put in some prompts or some different things that I wanted business-wise that it really, really, really helped to expand stuff for me. And my affiliates, you know, it really did. It helped. And I think what people don't understand with AI is that this also, we were just talking about the people with disabilities or different language barriers or different things. Like the benefits of it is that it's helping kind of close that gap a little bit, right? Face that, I think that it's a double-edged sword. Right. Right. Oh, Latifa, I missed your comment. She said, what about Jimmy Kimmel? Okay, we're going to talk about that. We'll jump into that. We will. But and Kim said we had that conversation. Yes, it was a great conversation. Look, it was a great conversation. But yeah, I think that, you know, for me, how I look at it is that it enhances the creativity, not replace it. You got to put something creative in order for it to build upon that, right? Again, if you put in hoopla, that's what you're going to get back. So this is the question that I wanted to pose to you all as far as if it's an assistance or an overstep, right? when we think about AI, is it a concept that's really that new? Because if you think about it, spell check, autocorrect, different recommendations that come up, like whether if you're watching, Netflix or things of that sort, even down to how you ever notice how if you even so much as think about something or you say something and then it pops up on your phone, you never thought about how any of that was related? From my perspective, AI doesn't seem like it's that new. It's not that new. We've been using small micro versions of it for a while. And I think when you think about it like that, it's just like, we've all had to rely on a good spell check from time to time. Or that little thing that pops up, any of my people use Outlook. We all do if you work in corporate America. But when you get ready to send that email and you said in the body of the email that you had an attachment and then it stops you before it sends and says, do you want to attach the document? That's a little AI too, baby. It's been around. It's not a new concept. I'm just saying. So, when I think about it, hold on, let me get into this comment from Faye. She said, AI can be dangerous in mimicking emotions. For instance, those friends that you can create that will talk to you. The danger of AI is that it may be more intelligent than us. Yeah. That's a good point, Faye. Latifah said they're using AI, the singer. They're using AI, the singer that signed the deal. Yeah, I've been hearing about that. It's an AI artist that they're trying to sign. And I was like, well, how do you do that? I've got some questions. I think the thing that's disturbing is when people are not using it for good. They're not using it for creativity. They're making horrible images and videos of people. They're doing things that are defaming to these people. It's that part is horrible. Horrible. Okay. So we know that there's definitely some dangers to it. Let's see. Faye said not new, but improving with lightning speed. Yeah, absolutely. It's just, it is moving and it's progressing. So to close out before we leave tonight, I did just want to talk about, what's our responsibility as far as if we're going to use it. So I think that for me, I just kind of summed up my thoughts as far as into a couple things. But hold on. Oh, Kim, this is a good comment. She said, I think AI is just bad when people are trying to use it to replace humans in their jobs. Yeah. I would say that. And then definitely like when they're taking images and they're doing, really, really ridiculous things with it, that's a problem. That's a huge issue. So we want to keep that in mind. But, to close out for tonight's topic, I do think that we can just, it's about being responsible when using it. So we want to make sure that we're using it ethically, right? So you want to make sure, don't load up your script, because it's the thing, this stuff is not protected. We're not loading up actual details. Some people use it. I've saw on threads that people use it as like their therapist for real. Like as a replacement. I'm like, no, you still need to go to therapy. You should go to therapy. But so you don't want to become so heavily reliant on that aspect of it. You still want to do your fact checking. Although it's able to pull things, like Faye said, at a lightning speed, you do have to still do your due diligence to take it a step further. And then I think the biggest piece to take away from it is this. Don't let AI replace your voice. Only use it to enhance it. Remember, it's going to give back what you put into it. So make sure that you're at least putting in the good things, but don't let AI become your only voice. It needs to sound, look, and appear like you. It needs to. Absolutely. So that's my little tidbit for tonight's topic. Thank you all so much for jumping in on the conversation. Shout out to Swag Her and the Swag Her community. Love you guys. Thank y'all so much for tuning in with me tonight. Now I have to take a quick break, but when I come back, we'll close out with tonight's quote of the night. Be right back.
Chicago, get ready for the Link to Lit brunch, the fall edition. On Saturday, October 11th, get ready to step into a space with good food, crafted cocktails, amazing vendors, and where powerful conversations are taking place. This ain't just your average brunch. It's an experience and a chance to connect with other like-minded individuals. So I hope you'll join me. The link is in my bio. Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. Thank you so much for all of my listeners for tuning in. And now it's time for the quote of the night.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and y'all know it's almost time for us to close out. Now, hold on. As promised, shout out to Swag Her and the Swag Her community. Latifah, I didn't forget about you. You said, what about Jimmy Kimmel? I'll tell you this, sis, because I did report on that last week, and he is back on air this week. He came back on this Tuesday, and I was happy to see it. I need you all to know, and Latifah, this actually goes back to another comment that you said, I believe, earlier in tonight's chat. There is power in us using our voice and coming together, okay? So it doesn't matter, freedom of speech. Because understand this, I told you all last time, and I don't get into the politics and all that other stuff, but I'll tell you this, even with what happened to Charlie Kirk and everything. Charlie Kirk, although he used to spew out some mess, as far as from my perspective, it may not be mess to somebody else. Using your voice and saying what you have to say, even if it's filled with hate, honey, you shouldn't have to die from it. Okay, so all of it was crazy, but with Jimmy Kimmel, how they did him and how they suspended him and did all of that stuff because they were being influenced by the administration, we got to stop that. So there's power. People started to boycott Hulu and do all that other stuff. Baby, I need y'all to know that they had one more week, and I was gonna get the rest of my cycle of my Hulu that I had paid for, but it was gonna be OVO after that. Because I just feel like, okay, if you all could do this so easily to him, you could do it to anybody. So let's get it together now. Okay, let's get it all the way together. But so I'm glad to see him back on air, Latifah, and thank you for mentioning that, because I know you were here with us last week when we were talking about the fact that he was suspended in the first place. So I'm glad he's back. But we're gonna close out with tonight's quote of the night. So this one does not have an author. It's unknown, but check it out because it's real quick. I finally found my rhythm when I realized that even the steps backward were part of the dance. I was very transparent in sharing with you all that, I recently had some changes. You all know that I and I will continue to share my story. So if you get uncomfortable, just log off. It's okay. But in having, stage 4 endo, that things had just kind of progressed with that condition. And it's crazy. I'm just dealing with so much stuff. And as I am finding my rhythm in this season, because I tell y'all the quotes find me all the time. And when I saw this one, I was like, man, I got this stuff going on, and I'm, just trying to work it out, trying to figure it out. I recognize that even the steps backwards, so even though things, I thought it was getting better and it's kind of getting a little bit to a place, it is all a part of my story. It's a part of my journey. It's a part of the things that I will share when, as I'm continuing to push through this and to get it. So if you are in a season right now where you feel like you may have taken a step back, somebody had to move back home, somebody had to, downsize on some things or do whatever, even when you feel like that you are taking a step backwards, it's all a part of your story. It's a part of your journey. Okay, so I just wanted to leave you all with that tonight. I really hope that you all enjoyed the show. I just want to thank my very special guest tonight, James Artissen, for joining me again. Y'all, he does everything, okay? And he's an artist, producer, engineer, definitely someone that is an inspiration for those that are within the music industry. So make sure that you go and that, if you get, whether if it's Tidal, iHeart, Spotify, whatever it is, you all make sure that you follow him, because he's certainly been doing good things. And, we're excited to support him as he continues to do great things. Continues. What's going on in these comments? Now, Latifah said, no matter what's going on, God is still blessing you. 100%. 100%. I found myself, Latifah, that when I, and my best friend, she's on here with us too, but I found myself that even when I had gotten the news that, that there was a shift, there were some things that were changing. as far as my physical condition, I had to stop and still give God some praise in that moment. And we ain't gonna go into praise and worship right now, but I had to give God some praise because I said, you know what? I'm thankful for insurance. I'm thankful for my vehicle to get me to and from my doctor's appointments. I'm thankful for having a Black woman as my OBGYN. Okay, that when I tell her I'm in pain, when I tell her that something's wrong, she's like, let's get to the bottom of it. I am thankful for those things because at the start of this particular journey, I didn't have that. Diamond is in the building. Let me hold on. My sis, Live Long Health. Okay, this Live Long Health is not only just a sponsor. This Diamond is my friend. That's my sister. Diamond has helped me to change my life. She even down to the holistic, because understand this woman, okay, she's an NP. Understand this, okay? Real boss, big business owner, okay? My sis. But outside of that, though, she still believes in the holistic things too. She has helped me get it together. You have to have people along the way in your journey, okay? In your journey. Diamond, thank you. Because let me tell you this, when I met I'm not going to do it, but when I met my sister, I met her in October or right before October, and my life completely changed. Okay. It was different. Okay. I had been through so much that year by the time I met her, and she was a part of my journey. I felt like I had taken some steps back, and she helped me to push forward. Y'all better know that even the steps that you take backwards is part of the dance. And baby, I could do the tango, the wobble, what have you. The only thing I can't do is the Tamiya dance. I love you too, sis. I am so thankful for you, for real. Like, I tell everybody, look, even when they ask me, they're like, girl, how did you do it? I'm like, I didn't do it by myself. Like, I did the work. I changed the diet. Was doing the workouts, the beach body and all that other stuff. But it was Diamond that helped me, because I tell you what, I had been walking around with all of this excess stuff on me, and my sister helped me. Okay. For real. I told her what I needed. When y'all go to her, y'all better mention Blueprint, mention MzMetchi, mention something, because I'm telling you, it's life-changing. And this is not a sales pitch. This actually changed my life. Understand? Okay? You can get that too. She was a part of the propelling forward. So even when we take steps back, you got to have those resources. Have your village, have your tribe. Don't get me out, because y'all will have to pass the collection plate around. Okay. All right. Faith said good night and blessings. The code is lit, fam. Hold on. I'm going to throw it up there one more time before we leave tonight, because I want y'all to get y'all tickets. The Link to Lit brunch is happening October 11th. I don't want y'all to miss out. So make sure that you get your tickets. But again, thank you to everyone that's tuning in on our Facebook and YouTube. Shout out to the Swag Her and the Swag Her community. Swag Her did an amazing write-up for the Link to Lit brunch. I'm super excited to have one of our Swag Her sisters that's going to be in the room doing some media coverage for us. So super, super thankful for everyone. Live Long Health is one of our sponsors, and she's going to be there. I'm hoping she brings her daughters, and her daughters, they bring us a little sneak preview of the business. I'm putting it out there right now. Love you guys. But as she said, don't miss it. Get those tickets. We are about to have an amazing time. Kim, thank you for joining me and for inspiring tonight's conversation. And you all, again, just make sure that you follow everyone that's hyperlinked tonight. And of course, please follow my special guest. And make sure that you all join me next week. Same time, same place. I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.
Thank you for tuning into the Blueprint Live. I'm your girl, MzMetchi. Make sure that you're following me on all platforms at MzMetchi and at the BP Media Co. See y'all next week. Okay, bye.